What is going on, YouTube people? New Cards and Comics here. Today, welcome to Old Man Yells at Clouds. You might have to pull me off of my soapbox a little bit today. We'll see how this goes. I had the idea for this, has been marinating for a while, but I don't script anything, so we're just going to kind of see what happens. The hypothesis of this video, breakers broke the hobby. That is the topic. Yeah, I said it. I really think a lot of the current problems that we are dealing with, I don't want to say the fault of the breakers, but I feel like that the reason we're in the current situation that we are in is 100% caused by the prevalence of breaking. And I guess in a theory, popularity, but it really feels like a chicken and an egg thing. And I am specifically talking about two aspects of this. Most notably, the price of wax. We have been talking for a while now that everything has come down. You know, the market has corrected on singles, on, retail, on just everything. The market has come down. But wax remains at an all-time high and even increasing in some cases. We have Prism Football on the screen here, $8.50 a box. We just had Bowman Draft come out at one of the highest prices it's ever been at, and the best chase was a football player in Bowman Draft baseball. Make it make sense, folks. And I feel like the price of wax is being artificially inflated because of breaking. Them being able to essentially microtransact a box allows the prices to remain high because they can sustain a $900 box price and then split it up into 32 little chunks or 30 little chunks or however you're doing it. And then it doesn't feel as bad when you're buying into it. And like I said, this is a chicken and an egg thing because a breaker will say and have told me, hey, someone wants to get involved in opening a box. They can't afford an $850 box. So, I'll come over here and charge them, $125 for the Cleveland Browns slot or whatever it ends up being priced out at. And then they could get the cards that they want. They don't have to rip the whole box and they're only paying $100 and some bucks for their spot. Okay. And valid, 100% valid point. However, my question back would be, if you didn't exist, and breaking has been around long before the boom of the hobby, but it has obviously leveled up to a completely different degree. If it went back to the way that it was, where breaking was not as prevalent, I have a sneaking suspicion wax prices would collapse. Breakers are the support structure of the high price of wax because they don't care that the box costs $900. I mean, maybe they do, but they're taking a $900 box and splitting that up into $50 chunks, $100 chunks, $200 chunks, depending on how the break is formatted. Or what did I just see on here? I was looking right before I pulled the box up. A sealed case of 12 hobby boxes is $10,000 of Prism Football hobby. 10 grand for a sealed case of Prism Football. That is insane. That is a third of a new Honda Civic. Three cases of Honda Civics, 3 cases of Prism Football, or a well-equipped Honda Civic, or a bare bones Honda CRV. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? But my hypothesis is, and my theory is that breakers are allowing this. I shouldn't say allowing this to happen. They are the reason this is happening. And the companies love it. Why do you think Fanatics is embracing breaking? One, it plays on the gambling-like aspect of everything. And that's a whole other bag of kittens for the breaking side of things, is that it plays into it. I know like Rob Veras from Burbank has talked about this a lot. Do you really want the primary entry mode for someone to enter the hobby to be essentially, let's call it what it is, legalized gambling or unregulated gambling. I mean, ripping a box, ripping a pack is essentially unregulated gambling. That's how people are treating it. When you immediately take the contents of everything that you have and immediately go to sell it, and you're just chasing a lottery ticket, like, what are we really doing here? Let's call it what it is. Fanatics is playing into that aspect for multiple reasons. One, if you want to gamble for real, hey, we got a sports book. Oh, hey, you're 18, you can't gamble yet in your state? Well, there's Sonny Boy. Hey, you're 15, you're 14, you're 13. You got a credit card? You got mom and dad's credit card? Come on down to Breaktown. Let's get in a PYT, baby. It plays into that gambling-like nature. And as, Americans primarily, boy, oh boy, do we like to take a little roll on, a little gamble on something. Throw a little dice, throw a little something, a little action here, a little action there. I get it. Trust me, I do. But it plays into that nature. And Fanatics is going to love breaking. Panini is going to love breaking. Upper Deck's going to love breaking because it allows them to sell the product at a higher cost. I guarantee they have a ton of margin on this product. A ton. And I know that they have increased what they sell for. And you can replace Prism Football with anything that you want. This could be Bowman Draft, whatever. Topps Chrome, doesn't make a difference. They have a mountain of margin they are probably making on this product. I know they have a bunch of licenses they have to pay, and it probably is not as much as what we all think. But regardless, they're probably doing quite well. And because of the microtransaction-like nature of the sports card world now, before, when I was growing up, you didn't buy into a break, you bought a pack. You walked into the shop and you bought a pack. And maybe it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's just at a different scale. When I was a kid, we didn't have breaks. You didn't buy into a break. You walked into the card show, you walked into the shop, and you said, hey, let me get 3 packs of cards, and pray that the guy behind the counter didn't search them already. And you would do your thing. That would be your break. Now, walk into a card shop. Walk into a local card show. How many tables or shops could you walk into and actually just buy a single pack of cards? And even if you could, it's like $80 a pack for a box of Prism. I mean, it's ridiculous. But even even just something as simple as Topps Chrome. How many shops actually still sell loose packs? I mean, maybe there's not a market for it anymore. Maybe the times have passed me by. Like I said, old man yelling at a cloud here. But because a breaker could take $1,000 box and piece it out, microtransact it, it allows the price of that box to stay inflated, which the manufacturer is going to love. Of course they're going to push breaking. Yeah, you want your own live stream platform? Cool, we'll make it. 24/7, 365. Let's go. Fire it up. Yeah, you want direct from us? Absolutely. Break on our platform, do this, that, the other thing. We'll sell you all the boxes you want. Why? Because you're keeping the price of wax inflated. And breakers, I don't know what the percentage is. I would love to know, but I don't know. And Fanatics probably doesn't even know. They probably have an idea, but they don't know what happens after it goes to a shop, if the shop's flipping it to another breaker. I have to imagine a product like this, Bowman Draft, Prism Football, Prism Basketball, Select, Optic, those mid-tier products. Let's call it basically anything above Topps Chrome, anything above $200 or $300 a box. A hobby box of Topps Chrome, what are they, like $150 at the National or something like that? People are going to buy those to rip themselves. How many people do you know roll into the store on release day and we're like, yeah, buddy, give me two hobby boxes of Prism Football. I'm going to rip these for myself. Does it happen? Yes. I can't imagine it happens a ton. How many personal boxes of Bowman Draft do you think were purchased from a shop or Topps' website that they are opening for themselves? They're going to sit down, get a little drink, get some penny sleeves out, get some top loaders out and pray that you actually need them. Sit back, relax on a Friday, Saturday night, and call it a night and rip some packs of $700, $800, $900 product. Do people do that? Sure, but it can't be that many. my blind guess is that of product like this, I'd be willing to bet breakers are opening about 80% of the hobby box allocation for it that exists. I would not be surprised if it was that high. I really don't. And that's why, I mean, this is a famous comment. I almost made an entire video just on this alone. I'll just toss it in here and we'll see. The 101 Brady was pulled the other day. 75 comments. Of course a breaker hit it. No shit, a breaker hit it. Who the hell's ripping a $750 box of Bowman Draft Jumbo? When's the last time you bought a $750 box, a hobby box, and ripped it for yourself? Of course a breaker's going to hit it. A breaker's the only one that can open the damn product because it's so expensive. So naturally a breaker is going to hit it when they're opening a majority of product like this. Yes. Guess what? You're going to see the big hits on camera for a breaker or a content creator or an influencer because they're the only ones either dumb enough or have the money or the disposable income or the whatever because they can make content out of it or they're a breaker or whatever to actually open one of these boxes. The average person that works a 9 to 5 has a family, is not rolling into the local hobby shop and buying an $800 box of Bowman Draft and ripping it. But guess what they are doing? Hopping on Whatnot, hopping on Fanatics Live, hopping on Instagram, hopping on TikTok. Oh yeah, 125 PYT. Oh, 100 random team, whatever, division, whatever the format is. Yeah, okay. I got $100 this month I could blow on breaks. Sure. And maybe this is just the future and I'm the one, like I said, the old man yelling at the cloud on my front porch, insert Homer Simpson gif here. If I was Dustin, I would do that, but I'm not. So maybe I'm the one that the time has just passed me by, but I do miss, would I love to sit down and rip a box of Prism Football Hobby? Yeah, I would. Could I afford it? Yes. Honestly, I'm not trying to be like that guy. If I really wanted a box of Prism Hobby Football, I could buy one. But I don't. I don't want to rip a $900 box and then sit around after 20 minutes and be like, what the hell just happened? That's like when you're 18 and you go to the strip club for the first time. You blow a bunch of money and nothing actually happened. And you look around going, wait a second. What did I just spend all that money on? I don't want to open the box and then have that sad feeling of you've all seen when I open a $200 box that you just completely whiff on it and you just fade to black. Why? Because the prices are out of whack. This should not be a $900 box of football cards. This should be a couple $100. But we could charge whatever we want for it when we are piecing it out 30 different ways. Because it doesn't seem as bad then. That's my theory. If breaking went away tomorrow or went back to how it was, the price of wax would drop like that. Curious for your thoughts and comments, as always, down below. Catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.